chapter is called Liberation in Life. Janaka is saying, where are the elements? The body, the organs, the mind. Where is the void? Where is despair? My nature is transparent clearness. So as we were saying the other day, this is one of the most important clues. What is it that is beyond the elements? Including the space which contains them. Must be you. But can we settle for this just as a concept? It's best used as a pointer, as all of the Ashtavakra Gita. The elements. Earth, water, fire, air, and the space. What witnesses them? Is that also elemental? So, where are the elements? The body. What is the body made up of? Also elements. Also these same elements. The organs, the mind. See, all of these are the byproducts of the appearance of this phenomenal realm. Byproducts of the appearance as I am. What is it that is before this I am? Like I was saying yesterday, how do we come to this discovery? What tools can we use to come to this pure recognition of the self? If we've been told that we cannot find it in the phenomenal realm, is it even possible? At least we know what tools to discard to start with. Isn't it? If you've been told that it's not phenomenal, the discovery, it's not elemental, then you know which tools to discard. These are the tools to discard which won't help you in the discovery. The body, the senses, the mind. Because can they go beyond the phenomenon? So what is it that is beyond this? Are we then left without any support? The sage is pointed again and again to go to the witness of these, all that is phenomenal. What witnesses them? The body, the organs, the mind, the elements. Where are all of these? Where are they? Take it as a little question. So where are they? Where are they? Sometimes you can hear it as poetry, and sometimes you can take the question seriously. So where are all of these? And when you question where they are, then you might say they're in the realm of appearance. Why do we say they're in the realm of appearance? What is an appearance? That which comes and goes. So any of these, are they constant? Not coming and going? That is the second clue, isn't it? That which is the constant witness and that which does not come and go. This is what we are looking for. Simple. Simple for you, but impossible for the mind or the organs. Like I was saying the other day, if you want to board a flight, but you want to keep one foot on the ground, can you do it? Isn't it impossible? So to come to this discovery and hold on to a limited concept about yourself, hold on to a mental notion of yourself, is impossible. Because the mind will mix even mud in this chocolate cake. You come to this beautiful recognition. It is I that is aware of all that is moving. And the mind will come and say, what? Can I keep this now? You see, again, what story has it told you of the same limited one? Not about that which witnesses all of this. So even this recognition, when we allow the mind to come in, it will only tell us the story of your limited identity. Trying to keep it, asking whether you really got it, whether the world can see whether I got it. Yesterday we were talking. So the mind is that voice which is telling to you that limited notion about yourself, which you can never really find. My nature is transparent clearness. So what does this mean? Basically, it means that it is attributeless, qualityless, clear, clear beyond any clear, transparent beyond transparency, transparent clearness. Now, as I say this transparent clearness, if you give it to your mind to find this transparent clearness, it will try to give you an image, which is fine, right? Something transparent, maybe something luminous, something, all ideas. But find out what witnesses even that image. And who is aware of this witnessing? Who is the perceiver of this mental notion of transparency? Who is the perceiver of this? And what is aware of this perceiving? Then you see transparency beyond any mental notion of transparency. Then you're playing on this side of the field. Where is scripture? Where is self-knowledge? Where is no mind? Where is contentment and freedom from desire? I am empty of two-ness. Where is scripture? Within a scripture, we ask the question, where is scripture? So now is the time. What is the sage pointing to? The sage is saying, now time to drop all this knowledge that we have picked up. They have been useful only as pointers. There is nothing you need to remember or know, small k know, about the self. You don't need to know mentally the knowingness, the awareness. You don't remember one verse of the Bhagavad Gita. You don't know what happened in the last 19 chapters. It's completely fine. What is it that you are now? You don't know anything about anything at all. You don't even know what you're doing here. Better maybe actually. Because if you know too much, if you know what you're doing here, where you have to go, then these mental notions just get in the way, seemingly, in the part of the plate. You can see only right now that to exist, you are not using a concept. Is a thought or a concept holding up your existence right now? If you forgot all language, if you did not understand your thoughts, will you cease to exist in this moment? And then, if it is just here, this existence, unaided, and this world of appearances continues to move as it has to, then what is it that is the doer? What is it that wants something? What is it that is separate? Is there any such thing? How long will we fall for the interpretation of these sensations, the intimacy of these seeming sensations, how long will we let it convince us that we are just this bundle of flesh and blood? That's all that's happening. I was saying to someone yesterday that you are saying that you are the body, but actually you experience the body just as a set of sensations, visual sensations and sensational sensations, feelings, pain, pleasure, whatever labels we give to those sensations. So consciousness has been caught up trying to disentangle itself from the sensation of pain and go towards sensation of pleasure. Now, are you not done with that game? What is beyond these two opposites? Is that which is aware of all of this subject to any of this? Is that not you? So your unlimited self removes the false notion of the self, the limited self, and remains the unlimited self. As Bhagavan said, I removes the I and yet remains the I. This is what satsang is for. And I was saying that any place which seems to become an aid in this world to remove this limited notion of I, your idea of limitation about yourself, is satsang. And any place which reinforces it is not satsang, even if it is this room. You see? So it is possible to hear the words of satsang and again reinforce our spiritual ego. Or it is possible to hear the words of satsang as pointers to see. Only one, two pointers you need. What witnesses everything and yet remains unchanging. What witnesses everything and itself remains unchanging. This one sentence is more than enough actually. I usually speak for so long every day. But actually you just need to pick up one or two things as the tools. Where is scripture? Where is self-knowledge? There is no mind. There is contentment and freedom from desire. So where is no mind and contentment and freedom from desire? When you are trying to get to the no mind, what is no mind? Because the bundle of thoughts is mind, and there is no thought here. Now, mind, no mind, whether object on screen or no object on screen, but open to that which witnesses it. Simply witnesses either, isn't it? So, although these concepts were useful at one point of time, you come to this seeing that whether the appearance of mind is there or there is no appearance of mind, and that as a self I remain unchanged, untouched. There is no mind. There is contentment and freedom from desire. So we are trying to, and we are also on the spiritual path trying to get to this contentment. Many times the spiritual journey is like picking up stones along the way and filling it in the bag of me and then wanting to be unburdened. Trying to do this, trying to get there without first establishing your true position right now. Can it be this simple? That all that we are looking for, contentment, freedom from desire, really does not apply to the reality of you. It again applied only to the notion of yourself. If you are beyond these opposites, how would that be? There is contentment and freedom from desire. I am empty of two-ness, not two, Advaita. Why not two is used and not just say one, and one is so one. Sometimes we use like that, but many times even the idea of one can imply that that is a one which is objective in a way, and therefore there can be a two. This what this means is that you are that one which is beyond phenomena. Therefore, you cannot even say, "Ah, there is one like that. There is one. There is that one." You will not find a one there. You will not find an entity there which you can count and say that's one. Where is knowledge and ignorance? Where is I? Where is this? Where is mine? Where is bondage and liberation? Self has no attributes. This is exactly what we were saying. Knowledge and ignorance, if they're in the play of opposites, like what do I know? You know how far we are from the sun. So whether we had that mental concept or we don't have it, doesn't matter. So that knowledge is different from this knowingness itself, this awareness itself. So don't get confused with the term knowledge. It can be conceptual knowledge, how far are we from the sun. Second, it can be like a perceptual knowledge, how many people are in this room, experiential in this way. There can be an emotional sort of knowledge. How is it? How am I feeling right now? Am I feeling a sense of joy? Am I feeling a sense of boredom? So whatever the qualitative feeling might be. So there can be emotional knowledge. But beyond that, what is that which knows of your very existence? What type of knowledge is that? How do you know that you exist? Do you use some senses? Do you use a concept? When I ask you, can you stop being to experience your own beingness? Are you using a concept? Are you using senses? Are you using a feeling? None of these. And yet you say, yes, I am here. Beingness is here. I cannot stop being. Is aware of this. This awareness. This awareness. What is aware of that? Can we go as far as to ask this? I am aware of my presence. What is aware that I am aware of my presence? And I know to the mind it might sound like, but it is possible to have an infinite regress. It's not true. It has to stop here actually. If you're following through your recognition, if you're following with your direct insight, then you will see there is nowhere further to go. This is actually the last question that you can ask yourself. Because after this, the play of subject and object, it stops. There is nobody there beyond even presence, beyond any qualities. Awareness is self-aware. And it's much simpler than it might sound like to the mind. It is because it is self-aware that you are able to say, I am aware of my presence. Is it? To say I am aware of my presence, you have to know aware and presence. Don't try to understand these words. It will just become a big mishmash in your head. Just let them flow into you. You are aware that you exist. And it is not that you are unaware, that you are aware that you exist. It's not a riddle for you to solve. It's the most natural thing. Where is I? Where is this? Where is mine? So this I and mine and this and that. We've looked at all of these things many times when we come to this point of the Ashtavakra Gita. So we can go forward from there. Where is bondage and liberation? We've already discussed this today. The self has no attributes. We talked about that. Where is the unfolding of karma? Where is liberation in life? Or even liberation at death? There is only one. Now, some of you might be hearing this, and if you've come from a traditional spiritual background, something might be going, ouch, ouch. Because if you spend a lot of time trying to understand karma, trying to purify our karma, trying to do all of this, and then there's been a lot of time which has gone into either, you see, these are two traditional paths, trying to get liberation while in this body, and the other path is to try and be as much in devotion as possible so that at the moment of death, you merge into the Lord itself. See, liberation and death. These are two traditional Indian spiritual paths. Now, Ashtavakra is saying, where are all of this karma? Who does karma apply to? Even if it is the design of the world, even if it is the design of this play, that what happens here is that you will sow, what is it? You will reap what you sow. What goes around comes around. Even if that is the design of this world, who does it apply to? Is it the script of the movie or is it about you? Then you see that that one that is the light of this movie is so beyond any idea of rules. Even if it seems to play in a certain way, just when we pick up the idea that it must be this way, you will see that something the opposite shows up. Many times I say, many times these things will come just like God saying hello. Either like a so-called coincidence with a mathematical probability of 1 in a gazillion will show up. Like there's no explanation for it. How could it be that this is just what you were talking about and here it is, like that? So that's like God saying hello. So many times you get these kind of play, this kind of play in the movie. Where you just see that it's undeniable that there's a supreme intelligence which is completely free that seems to be running this world, this life. And if you look back at our life, we're able to admit that. Most of us are able to admit that. Many times we'll say, I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. I just happened to see on YouTube video of Guruji and life is changed. Beautiful things. But we can never, not never, but mostly we are okay with this to make this kind of statement about the past. But the mind very rarely is able to use that to surrender everything in the future. So whatever might be the rules of the functioning of this realm, whatever your paths to liberation might be, whatever your ideas about liberation might have been, whom do they apply to now? Who is here that is free or bound? Who is here that is either free or bound? Was there ever the prisoner? Was there ever a prison? except the idea of it. Where is the doer or enjoyer? Where is the origin or end of thought? Where is direct or reflected knowledge? There is no person here. Where is the doer or enjoyer? Where is it? Who is hearing right now? I can tell you one thing, that the same one is hearing and speaking. There is only one consciousness speaking with consciousness. Without a notion about yourself. This is your perceived reality also. This is what you are seeing, but many times this is not what you are saying. Fine. Next time some words appear from your mouth, find out who spoke them. Was there really somebody sitting over there and saying, where do these words come from? Where do the hand is moving? Is there a Ananta sitting there somewhere inside moving the hand? No, there isn't. There is only God. There is only consciousness. Is it? Is there a Rama sitting over there? Is there a Joy sitting over there? Is there a Gopala sitting over there? Hearing these words? No, there isn't any such thing. All of this is appearing within your being, in consciousness. Various appearances are happening. You see God. Only see God. Who sees God? God sees God. The mind is designed to be the seller of the but. But. I don't feel I'm God. The uninquired I is the ego. This is the notion that we pick up about ourselves without looking at who that really is. Because it cannot withstand an inquiry. The ego cannot withstand true inquiry, open inquiry. You will see that there is nobody there. I say, where are you? Yesterday someone was saying, I'm something inside my body. Where? Where are you? What are you? So the doer and enjoyer do not exist if you consider yourself to be a person. If no person exists, so that's why I like these simple examples like the blue cat. Why? Because when you say, many of you will say the person doesn't exist. I'm pretty clear about that now. But how do I get rid of the doer identity? So it's like saying, I'm aware that there is no blue cat. But how do I get it from drinking all the milk in the house? It is a contradiction, you see. If you know that you do not exist personally, then who is it that has the attribute of doership? That which actually is. So, person does not exist. Does that mean that you are not? Nobody can say you are not, because even to say you are not, you must be.
You should exist.
You have to exist. Exactly. So this existence is whose existence? This is the primal misunderstanding. This existence is whose existence? Is this a personal existence? It is existence itself, whether you call it consciousness, God, I am, being, Atma, whatever you call it. But when we say this existence is of the person that I consider myself to be, that is the basis, the root of the play as the what is called the Jiva. I am something. Atma playing as Jiva. Atma, I am. Your beingness itself. Playing as I am something. I have a notion. Atma picked up the notion about itself as something limited. It then plays the role of the Jivatma, which then takes on all these roles. Student, husband, wife, partner, employee, manager, all of this. Then spiritual seeker. Then what is the troublesome role that you could pick up? The enlightened one. Yeah. Don't bother with that one. Don't bother with that one because that can be super sticky. I'm telling you. It is not, the true sage is not the enlightened person, the enlightened one. It's the enlightened one.
These are very beautiful experiences.
Yeah, or attached to the beautiful experiences. So not to whatever is a limited notion about yourself. I keep saying limited notion, limited notion. Why? Because it is the perpetuation of the mind. And if you really smell for what the mind is saying, you'll find that almost everything that it is selling to you is the idea of your limitedness in some way. Your boundary is being defined. Any concept you pick up about yourself draws a boundary about yourself. It's trying to create a line in space and saying space starts and ends in this. Who is the doer or enjoyer? Where is the origin or end of thought? Beautiful exercise. Huh? Where does the thought come from? Many who start coming to satsang are feeling like they are creating their thoughts and also they are creating their action. And many times, after a few satsangs with me, usually you see that they're just appearing and disappearing. It is that doer of action bit which usually is most key. But we'll come to that also seeing where you see that just like these thoughts are appearing and disappearing within consciousness and going back into consciousness, same way the actions are also appearances appearing within consciousness and going back into consciousness. That's why when Guruji says, you're neither the thinker of your thought nor the doer of your action, then it will make sense. You start to see that all of these are just appearing and the mind comes either pre-event or post-facto trying to take credit or blame for what happened. But actually what is happening is just a movement within consciousness. Where is the origin or end of thought? Where is direct or reflected knowledge? There is no person here. Direct or reflected knowledge in India, again, scripturally, there are some which are known as direct scriptures, and some which are commentaries or reflections of those scriptures. So, the sage is now last chapter, and Janaka is reporting that all of this, which might have been tools along the way, but now I find myself to be beyond all of this. Where is all of this? Who does it apply to? You must be a good person. You must find your enlightenment. Who does it apply to? And notice the nature of the mind will come and say, does it only understand the opposites? So does this mean I can just go around shooting people? First time I heard something like this was with Ganesh, where when he said, but you are not the doer. And people would usually have one of these two objections. Does this mean I can be irresponsible, lazy, and lie down in bed all day? First objection. Second objection used to be, but does this mean that I'm not responsible, I'm going around shooting people? There is no doer of this action. And yet, the play of consciousness continues to move. Mind comes and says, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. Now, if you were to even statistically keep track of this, you will see that this doership will fall away. Because how many times have you decided, I'm going to do this? Hmm? One of my favorite examples, and maybe because it happened here, was how many times did we decide at work, when I go into work, I'm going to tell my boss, this, I don't like this. And you show up to work and you're standing in front of your boss and say, oh, sir, what can I do today? What is there? So this whole idea of decision making running this life is quite fraudulent. If you were to even investigate it statistically, you will see it doesn't come. Many times you will see that exactly the opposite of what the seeming decision was seems to happen. It's just the fear of lack of control, lack of personal control, which makes us unwilling to look with openness about this. Something clicks a button somewhere. There's what happens if I open up, hand over this existence to existence? What is so difficult about that? The difficulty only comes because there is this fear of not having control. What's going to happen? Where is the world? Where is the seeker of liberation? Where is the contemplative? Where is the man of knowledge? Where is the soul in bondage? Where is the liberated soul? My nature is unity. Where is the world? Where is the seeker of liberation? Where is the contemplative? Where is the man of knowledge? Where is the soul in bondage? Where is the liberated soul? My nature is unity. We've looked at all these aspects. Where are creation and destruction? Where is the end and the means? Where is the seeker? Where is attainment? I am one. Where are, where are creation and destruction? Where is the end and the means? Where is the seeker? Where is attainment? I am one. So when you start to look at this life, empty of the personal lens, what is your experience? Even your that which we call our daily, day-to-day life, which we take so much for granted. Do you realize what wakes up every morning? Who wakes up every morning? And from where that comes, this consciousness, this being I am, with the waking up of this being, you see that the world wakes up, the universe wakes up. So the sage earlier said that I am that shoreless ocean in which the arcs of this universe, they go up and down, they appear and they disappear. I am that in which all these states, waking, dream, sleep, and turiya, they come and go. So what is your daily experience? You woke up. You as consciousness appeared to exist. Within this existence came this entire play of light and sound, of time and space. All these beautiful movements of electricity and gravity and magnetism, all these appearances came. And where do they go? When you are not, existence dissolves into its source. Where does all of this go? Just like the content of a dream flows right back into you. This simply empty of the lens of personhood, you start to see the world in this way. So living day-to-day life, which seems so mundane for the person, you see it is full of these wonders. This is the Leela of God. Whose Leela is it? Yours. You don't feel like, oh, there's a God who's playing a Leela and you're just an object looking like this. All of this is your doing as consciousness. Creation and destruction. Where does this happen? Where is the end and the means? Where is the seeker? Where is attainment? I am one. Where is the knower? Where is knowing? Where is the known or knowledge itself? You see that when you come to the self, the knower, knowing, and knowledge, the known, these distinctions, they fail. So that it is beyond the subject-object relationship. Don't get confused by the words. All I'm saying is that there is an object which you perceive. Therefore, in that object and you are the subject of that. Now, who is the subject of this subject? Who perceives this? You. You perceive an object. What perceives this perception? That's why in the Upanishad it says, who hears hearing? Who sees sight? Not to be taken literally. You know what I mean? Who is aware of sight? Who is aware of hearing? Who is aware of all perception? Who is aware of the so-called movement of attention? You will find that there is no distinction between knowing, the knower, and the known. There is no distinction between subject and object. Where is anything? Where is nothing? I am pure awareness. Where is anything? Where is nothing? I am pure awareness. Where is distraction, concentration, knowledge, or delusion? Where is joy or sorrow? I am stillness. Where is distraction, concentration, knowledge, delusion? Again, why is the sage saying all of this? Because it is trying to drop all this, trying to get to a focused mind, to have these certain practices. The Janaka is saying, I see what I am beyond this entire play of trying to change or trying to control my attention, trying to control my senses, trying to control my mind, distraction and attention. What is it that you are? Knowledge or delusion? We talked about that. There is joy or sorrow. I am stillness. So I want to tell you about 3 types of bliss. One is the joy or the happiness that you get, which is based on objects. You have a coconut, you like the water is sweet, then joy can come. Based on some objective taste. Object. Second is divine joy. As you come to your unassociated presence, I am this being. You'll notice that there's a different fragrance to the joy. Just in your presence. There's nothing yearning for that joy. There's no need for joy, and yet it is unavoidable. It just appears. Love, peace, and joy are your fragrance. As consciousness, not attaching itself to personal identity, is empty of any object. You don't need an object of any sort to come to this joy. And the final joy, that Brahmananda, that purity of the attributelessness, it is not that pure and impure, the realm of duality type pure and impure. This, which is beyond being, that which is just aware, this joy is not something that can be really spoken about. Beyond even the joy of existence, this joy of the self. So you will see that the self, in its very nature, is joy. So this Ananda is like quality-less Ananda, but how can I make sense out of that for you? You have to taste it for yourself. And your presence, this joy is unavoidable. So all that is seemingly needed is to drop our feverishness for an objective sort of joy. And you see that in its simplicity, there is nowhere for this divine joy to go, but to be in service to you. Love, peace, and joy are in service to your presence. And just like karma, one of the apparent ways in which this universe works is that which we keep chasing, seems to run. So we keep chasing, joy, then joy seems to run, joy seems to run. Just empty of any notion. Tell me if that is not joyful. And it's very natural joy. That Ananda, Sat Chit Ananda. A simpler way that I put this is, you worry about Sat and Chit. Ananda will take care of itself. So don't worry if it's complex. Forget about it. 3 types of joy. You don't need to know this. Just spinning things so you can demystify some ideas we might have about this. The simpler pointing, stay with the truth. Just remain in your being as you are. Nobody can report that. Truly, there is no joy. Only looked again through a personal lens, it can seem like.